Did y'all get y'all's football in today, man? I'm wearing a Dallas Cowboy hat, not because I watched the game today, which I was there last week, but it's not because I watched the game or anything like that. It's just I've been grinding away all day. And to be honest with you, I hadn't even taken a shower since last night, so I haven't been more than 24 hours. It's not like I'm in here all dirty as hell, stinking up the room and everything else. But it's not the best hair day for this old cowboy down here. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got some good news. Okay, first of all, I've got some free books. I've got some of my bulletproof business books, and I've got some kick-ass books, and I'm talking about, I got a few of them to give away. And the good news is I had some extra envelopes, whatever the hell you're supposed to call them. If you're from Texas, you call them envelopes. If you're from other places, you might call them envelopes. Just depends, right? But anyway, I got them. They got fancy stickers, so you know they're officially from here when you get one. And look, each one of these books, there's something a little special about it. They cost $9 on Amazon, I think. But look, they're probably worth about $4.50 because I signed them. They got ink on them, right? So what I'd like to do, it's real simple. I'd like to give these books to you. I've got 9 of them to give away. So what we've got to do here is it's going to work like this. First of all, let me pull everything up here on the computer screen, right? So we got a little bright. We got the light coming back on us here. You see how that works? Y'all dig it? Hit the like button if you dig old Benjamin paint back there. It's Mr. E. People always ask me, Ryan, where'd you get that paint from? It's from a dude named Mr. E. He's out of Miami. You can paint like a son of a bitch. All right. So what we're going to do here is at the end of this, I'm going to choose 9 people. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply send you a link. You fill it out. And the link will give me your address, name, email address, and phone number. I'll send you one of these books for free. But you're going to have to stay till the end of this video. In the meanwhile, before I start just giving away books like I'm Oprah, just say, you get a book, and you get a book, and you get a book, and you. Right before we go through all that shit, I want to make you folks learn some stuff, right? But you got to stay on here. Hit the like button, hit the love button if you're going to stay on for a little while you can learn something. And you learn something. Hey, what's up, Rob's Case? What's up, man? Hey, by the way, the dude that designed all these book covers and my upcoming book as well and my other book is on here watching, so I appreciate that, Rob. Hey, but here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna give you these books, but I want you to learn some stuff first, right? I want you to learn some of the principles that are in the books, and then I'm going to bribe you with that. So it's going to be totally awesome. But I need you to stick with me. So hit the like button if you're going to stick with me. If you're going to hang out to the end here. I mean, shit, it's Sunday. You ain't got nothing to do. All right. So this right here, it's a blank piece of paper. This pen. I'm going to draw some shit on here for you to where you can kind of understand what we're getting at here. Y'all cool with that? In the meantime, y'all just gather up in the comments there and talk. And we're going to do some follow-up here. Follow up. All right. Okay, so here's the deal, right? You see these 2 pictures right here, right? That's the outline of something that I call permission-based selling. And you might be like, oh shit, here he goes again. He's saying this permission. I keep hearing him say it all the time, but what the fuck does that mean? I'm going to help you out. Don't panic. I got you. Well, I believe that, we've got the Can Spam Act. Like as salespeople, I know that's who watch my page, so pay close attention. We got the Can Spam Act. We've got the Do Not Call list. People have got neighborhoods and HOAs and condo associations and everything else that won't allow you to knock on their door. And so what that's telling me is that society doesn't want to be bothered. Right? Now listen, I know we have an awesome product. We're supposed to sell it to people and all this other stuff, but I want you to consider this for a minute. Right? There's something different these days about how sales works. People put more and more quote-unquote technological gatekeepers between them and the salesperson being able to contact them, right? Back in the day, if you wanted to learn about Ford cars, you would have to go to the dealership. You'd have to get one of those pamphlets and flip through it. You'd have to deal with the sales guy harassing you. Get off me. I don't want a car right now. I'm just trying to look, right? You had to deal with all that. Well, now that's not the case, right? Now you can go online. You got the keyboard. Couple of quick types, all of a sudden you got everything that you could possibly want to know about your car in front of you, right? So things are a little bit different. And so when somebody does go into the dealership, the guy that puts all the pressure on them is not always the guy that wins, right? The guy that can get online and communicate with them and provide the information and systematically close them is oftentimes the guy that wins the sales. Many of you watching this have had an occasion where you've thought you've said the coolest, best price, all that other stuff, to find out the damn prospects went and bought from somebody else. Oftentimes the person with the right information, not the most information, but the right information that leads to a decision is the person who's going to win when we're talking about competing. So here's what I'm going to share with you tonight, something called permission-based sales. And you know, permission-based marketing has been around for a long time. And matter of fact, the companies that lead generation on the web, companies like Zillow, TrueCar, Yelp, and even places like Google, right? Believe it or not, right? So those companies, they lead with permission-based marketing, right? That's something that Seth Godin has talked about for years. And I thought about, you know, a while ago, because I've been into the marketing side of everything, that the permission-based sales side is almost non-existent, but those of us who are doing it are making millions of dollars a year. I'm personally making multiple 7 figures this year in gross sales for my company, following the method that I'm about to share with you, right? So let's assume, for the sake of this illustration here on this whiteboard, that this is a website, right? It's all fancy and shit. Let me make it a little bit fancier. Wait for it. Maybe we turn that into a video. That's right. And some fancy words and shit. And this one over here is a video too, with some more fancy words. So now we've got 2 web pages, right? Web page 1 and web page 2. Well, the first step to getting permission to be able to do permission-based sales, to be able to follow this model, right, is getting someone's permission to contact them. Cold calls, like I said, we've got the do not call list. We've got people being opting out of text. You know, matter of fact, 86% of all phone calls go unanswered anyway. So if you are cold calling 86% of the time, you are, that's if you're really good at what you do, then you're wasting your time. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying you can't close sales from it. I'm saying it's inefficient as fuck. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm saying, like, if I had a choice between spending $100 to run an ad or making 100 cold calls, guess which one I'm going to do? It damn sure ain't picking up the phone, right? Because I'm, much like my prospects, much like you, would rather text somebody, would rather email somebody. It's easier. I can carry on a conversation with 15 or 20 people at a time via text message, email, and chat on Facebook, whereas if I'm on the phone with somebody, they have all my attention, all my energy. I can't multitask. I can't make more sale than once, and I'm stuck on there, whether we're silent, whether we're talking, until that thing is over with. And you know, it's just not an effective way of doing business. And the marketplace has said that. They've said, hey, we like text messages, we like emails, we like things of that nature. So we don't want to deal with the whole, like, you know, just popping up and calling us anymore. So here's what we got to do. The first step is we got to get their permission to be able to contact them so that we could possibly sell them some shit, right? Can't just pick up the phone and be like, hey, yo, do you like Dallas Cowboys? That's awesome. Buy my shit, right? Can't do that. What we got to do is we got to get their permission. Well, that all starts with something called the offer, right? 99%. Now, listen, I got shitty writing. My hand has got a 6-inch rod in it. No need for dick jokes, right? I'm talking about like a real steel rod, right? But listen, the offer is that first page, right? That first web page. We just need 2 web pages. And I recommend lead pages. That's who I use. Fastest, easiest way to put up shit. You can go to hardcorecloser.com/LP and you can get lead pages right there through my affiliate link. Don't go get it without it, right? Don't go get it. Just go to hardcorecloser.com/LP. Buy the shit through my link. It's going to cost you the same amount of money. At least donate some to the Hardcore Closer Anti-Kangaroo Foundation. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to, first of all, come up with an offer. And here's where a lot of salespeople fail, right? They have this amazing product. They have this thing that does all sorts of awesome things, that solves a big marketplace problem and everything else. But the problem is they have no way to offer it. When I work with my high-level clients, they're usually from, you know, they're entrepreneurs and salespeople from things like credit repair, real estate, mortgages, small business consulting, real estate investing, things of that nature, right? Direct mail marketing. I work with all sorts of different small businesses in a small circle. There's about 60 of us right now. We call it the tribe. And inside that tribe, the first thing that we do is we dissect what they're doing and we create what's called an irresistible offer. And that's an offer that if somebody is in a specific situation that you provide a solution for, that when they see that offer, it's going to be damn near impossible for them not to go, well, I'm going to have to look into this further. right? So let's just assume, for the sake of somebody with bad credit, right? We can just assume that if 640 is the average credit score in America, that a lot of people have less than a 700 credit score. Matter of fact, that would dictate that the majority of Americans have less than a 700 credit score. And I just got a mortgage, and I know it takes about a 700 credit score to get any kind of decent, like, market rate on mortgages. Now, don't shoot me down. You can have better credit than that. 7's not the best, and 640 may not be the average. Just go with the numbers, God damn it, for the sake of this educational point, this video here. Well, if I'm out there and I don't know this, I don't know the numbers are 700 or 640, and I don't know my credit score, how all that shit works. I just know that I applied for a credit card and I got denied, and I need the damn money, because if I don't get this money from the fucking credit card, then the bank's going to repo my car, which is going to further prolong my problem with the credit, which is never going to get me back, which is going to put me in another shame spiral where I'm going to go to tote the note, where I'm going to have to pay twice as much for a car that I don't want, and then that's going to cost me a lot of extra money that I don't have, which is going to cause my credit to suffer even more, right? Those are the problems I'm facing. Nowhere in the middle of the night do I wake up and I say, hey, you know what? I need a 700 credit score. Right? It's just, that's not how it works, right? What they say, right, what the prospect says is, if I don't figure out some way to get my shit together with my credit, I'm never going to get out of this hole. I'm never going to be able to have a better life for myself. I'm never going to be able to focus on the things that need to be focused on. I'm not going to be able to get this damn monkey off my back. That's it, right? That's what they're concerned with, right? If I don't figure out a way to pay off this fucking car and they repoed, how the hell am I going to get to work? That's what they're worried about. So an irresistible offer is tired of being turned down from credit card companies or about to lose your car due to repo. 5 steps that you can take today to make sure that your car's secured and nobody tows it. 5 steps today to find out what happens if you lose your car and how you can take public transportation to work. And I'm just talking off the cuff here, but I'm telling you, you've got to have an irresistible offer. The way to do that is to get inside the mind of the prospect. Many of us think that we just have to sell some shit. Hey man, just put me in front of some people and I'll talk them into it. Right? You put me in front of enough people, I'll make enough sales. But what if we turned you into a sniper instead of a machine gunner? You see, the machine gunner runs out there and he takes all the risk in the world because the enemy's shooting right back at him. Bah, 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 bah. Right? He's got to go out there and spray 2 or 3. Meanwhile, the sniper sits up on a hill miles away and just picks off the people that matter the most. Wouldn't you rather do that with your sales than your Texas, Dallas Cowboys, gun thieves? You got to love it, right? Wouldn't you rather do that with your sales? Right? Think about all the energy the machine gunner wastes when he's running out the front gates, right? He's like out there with his machine gun running full speed, shooting hundreds of, I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers, right? He's running out there shooting everything off, right? Meanwhile, the sniper's well rested. He sometimes talk to his buddy because they're so damn far removed from the whole situation. They kind of clown together. Should I shoot him now, Vern? Yeah, we'll shoot him now. Shoot him now? Yeah. Shoot him in his, I think I'm going to shoot him in his butt first, then we turn around and blow his beak off, right? Like it's a completely different game for those guys, right? Because they're able to pick who matters most. Well, the same thing can happen with you. You become a sales sniper. Right? And while you don't want to kill nobody or anything like that, because we're here to provide marketplace solutions to problems that are pressing on our prospects, right? At the same time, we don't want to waste all of our money going out there with a machine gun, taking all these risks and everything else. At the end of the day, you're exhausted. You got no time for your family. At the end of the day, you're mentally whipped, dude. How many of you have like got home, arrived to your garage, and been like, holy shit, I don't even remember leaving the office. Damn, I hope I didn't run any red lights. Hit the like button if that's ever happened to you. You've been so mentally exhausted at the end of the day that you've left your job, arrived home, opened the garage door, and don't even remember the whole damn trip home. You're like, holy shit, how did I get here, right? Does that ever happen to you? Hit the like button. One of y'all, man, y'all bullshitting out there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we've all done that, right? We just operate. We're just so mentally exhausted at the end of the day. We just operate on autopilot, and we're like, oh shit, man, I hope I didn't run no red lights or hurt anybody. How the fuck did I get home so quick, right? And so when you go through all that, it's because you're out there with that machine gun. You're just spending all this energy trying to do whatever, right? I'll talk to anybody, any place, anytime. Why? What if they don't want to talk to you? So it's so much better to come up and actually write an offer. You got the first keys to writing an offer is first identify who this offer is for, right? You can have one product with multiple offers, right? I mean, think about Palmolive, for example. Palmolive, it cleans dishes, right? It also cleans sinks. And if you soak in it, Madge says that your hands will be nice and soft too, right? So that means you can wash your hands with it as well. So it has multiple uses. They've run multiple campaigns over the years to show you the multiple uses of that, right? And so it's the same thing. You could have let's say a 4-door truck. That could be a family vehicle. That could be a recreational vehicle. That could be a work vehicle. It's the same vehicle. It's just different offers getting you there, just so we make sense, right? Y'all with me? Hit the like button if you're with me there. So So what we're doing first is we're identifying who it is that is our target market, our prospect. And once you get inside that target prospect, you see who that is, what is their problem, and how does what you sell solve that problem. That's what we're looking for first. And then here's how you make the offer, right? Let me write this down for you. You're going to want to write this down too. Y'all ready for this? You ready? It's complicated. All right, it's 2 sentences, okay? Offers work like this. Offer them what they want, and then take away what they don't want. That's it. 2 sentences. Offers work like this. Add what they want and take away what they don't want. You see, here's the thing. Let's talk about houses for a second, because I'm prolific in my experience of selling houses and in mortgages and things of that nature. So let's talk about houses. Nobody wants a mortgage, right? Nobody wants a mortgage, right? What they want is a place to live, right? Nobody wants a real estate agent. What they want is to make sure that when they buy this place, there's no like crazy liens or outside judgments or any of that shit on them, right? The last thing anybody wants is a real estate agent or a mortgage. It's not like, honey, we need a mortgage, right? No, it's, honey, we need a house, and if we want to get this house, we're going to have to fucking borrow money and get a mortgage, right? That's how it works. So an offer to people looking for mortgages, right, is not, hey, come get a low rate and fee in a mortgage, right? Because that's not what people want. The offer is how to get the house of your dream with the lowest payment possible, beat the bank with the following steps. You see the difference there, right? Now, all of a sudden, we're not talking about like some low rate or anything like that. What we're talking about is what they want, the house, okay? So that's what our offer would be, to get permission. And with those 5 steps, what do you say? Enter your name, email address, phone number. And I like to say enter your mobile phone number, because I know that 86% of all phone calls go unanswered, but 99% of texts get seen and 95% of texts get read. So I'm going to text somebody, so I'm going to ask for a mobile phone number, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that offer, right? Hey, so instead of saying, hey, come get us, we got low rates and fees, I'm going to say how to get the home of your dream for the lowest price possible. You can beat the bank taking these 5 steps. Enter your name, email address, and mobile phone number to learn what those 5 steps are. All of a sudden, when somebody enters their name, email address, and mobile phone number, what happens, y'all? What happens? Can anybody tell me? Can I get some comments down there? At that point, what happens, right? At that point, they become what? Right? What would you say that is? If you are sitting there at your email and you get an email and it has a name, email address, and a mobile phone number from somebody, what's that called? Talk to me now. What's it called? Right? That's right. It's called a lead, right? He says a deal. It's almost a deal, but it's a lead, right? And so, exactly, they're engaged with you, right? They're starting to come along. It's a lead. That's right. Caitlin knows what's up. And so then that takes them from this first page here, our offer, and then it gives them the 5 steps, right? That takes them to the second page. That's all we need is the 5 steps. 2 pages. You can go to hardcorecloser.com/lead pages. Hey, if you're /LP, if you're on my team, type that in there in the comments down there, hardcorecloser.com/LP, so that people can find it. Roxanne, hook it up. So I see that you're on there, so hook it up. So now we've gone from the offer page to the 5-step page, right? We told them that they could beat the bank getting the lowest payment possible on their dream home using these 5 steps. So once we got their permission, I'm going to give them what I gave them permission for. Right? So it's going to be a video, it's going to be a PDF, an ebook, some sort of information. It's no different than the flyers from the dealership that we talked about earlier, right? You can come in, you can go through our flyers and get information at our dealership. Meanwhile, that just gives us permission, since you're in our ecosystem, to talk to you. Well, it's the same thing that we're doing online, right? If you follow me, we've asked them, we've said, hey, if you'd like to know more about getting a home and beating the bank, here's the 5 ways to do it. Give us your information. We'll tell you those 5 ways. So we got their permission to tell them the 5 ways. On the second page of the funnel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them the 5 ways. And at the end of telling them the 5 ways, like, if you'd like to know how you can apply this right now and how you can get started right now and pre-approved and protected and everything else that I've pitched throughout those 5 things, then what they need to do is check their email, because I've sent them an email, or you can click below the video immediately. Something of that nature. I'm going to call them to action. Right? And if they don't buy, let's say right now, if I call them to action to fill out an application and they don't fill out the application, then I've got to rely on email, which I've got their permission to contact them by, and I've got to rely on text messages and ultimately calling them when I have their permission to provide them, not necessarily to close them, because that's coming. That's coming. It's going to be a natural thing. It's coming. But to provide them with information to invoke the law of reciprocity to a point to where they said, you've given me so much shit, I can't not use you for this business. So here's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. If they don't take me on my, hey, fill out the application today, click below the video. If they don't do that, it's okay, because I've got their text message, or I've got their phone number to text them, and I've got their email address to where I can try not to sell them on filling out the application, but give them information that would compel them to fill out that application. See, I've already tried to sell them on the application. It didn't work. So now I've got to make sure that since I've got my permission to contact them, I don't burn it up. Right? And so instead of me sending them emails going, hey, fill out the application, 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 instead I'm going to say, did you know that 96% of people that get pre-approved before they go out and make an offer are the ones that get accepted? If you can turn in a real estate contract with a cover letter, an offer letter, and a pre-approval, not just a pre-qualification, but a pre-approval, then that's the way that you actually get your offer accepted, where you're not having to get into situations like a bidding war or having to overpay above and beyond the listing price. I'd like to help you with that. If you just simply click the link below, fill out the application, we can make sure that you secure your spot within the financial institution that I manage. That way, you're able to, when it's time for you to make the offer on the house, you don't have to be proactive, you don't have to be reactive, because you've already been proactive and pre-approved with our financial institution. Thank you, right? I'm going to compel them to take action. I'm not just going to keep saying, hey, fill this form out. Hey, fill this form out. But let's say that doesn't work. But I've armed them with information on why they should fill out an application. The next thing I'm going to do is arm them with information on how to get a cheap price on a home. You know, I'm going to send them an article. I'm going to send them some sort of education, a video that I made, something like that. And each time that I send them some sort of pieces of communication, whether it be through email, whether it be through text, whether it be in video, even on the phone, I'm always going to let them know at the end that I'll be sending more stuff and following up with you. Right? Because I'm going to continue until they give me permission to close them. I'm going to continue to get permission to follow up with them. You see, that's where a lot of salespeople fail, is they get the original permission, right? They get the permission to contact, and then they burn it up. I mean, they burn that permission up. They do everything they can to burn that bridge to where the prospect, when the phone rings, they hide, right? When the phone rings, when the email goes off, they do anything they can to get away from it, and they turn it off. And no, I'm not on drugs. I have allergies, and I've only done coke once in my life. I know there's always somebody that says that shit in the comments. He's all hyper. He's on drugs. He's on drugs. If I'm on drugs, it ain't gonna get no problem with that. You understand? Anyway, so back to the story. So here's the thing, right? Is a lot of people will burn that permission up. And then they destroy the relationship with the prospect, and they teach the prospect to avoid them. Well, what we're doing is the exact opposite. We're teaching the prospect to embrace our follow-up. We're teaching the prospect to enjoy our follow-up. We're teaching the prospect that when we do follow up, it's with good intentions, and we're there to help them. And there's this thing that I talked about a minute ago called the law of reciprocity. And it simply says that if I do things for you, then we throw things out of balance, right? And if I continue to do things for you, and I continue to help you, and you don't continue to help me, then we're out of balance, right? And there's a point to where you're finally, assuming that my stuff's good and it creates value for you, there's a point where you're like, oh shit, I need to even things up and purchase his program, or work with him, or choose to do business with him, or whatever the case. That's how we get you, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That's how we get you. And so that's how it works, right? And so the whole permission-based selling is consistently asking for permission to follow up, but the only way that you can do that is by having value. You see, a lot of salespeople, they don't follow up because they don't offer any value. All they can say is, buy my shit. You're going to buy my shit? You buy my shit. We had a guy in the sales talk group that likes to stream videos through there. And that's all he does. He's like, hey man, do you want to buy this today? Hey man, do you want to buy that today? Never has he ever sent something into the mail and said, hey man, I'd like to help you out. I sent you some stuff. If you enjoy using it, I'm going to send you some more stuff next week. Eventually they're going to buy shit. You know, it's like you get these things. Where they at? You get these in the mail sometimes for free from like the Salvation Army. You know what I'm talking about, right? These little things you put on the outside of envelopes, as we call them in the South, right? You get those from the Salvation Army for free. It's not like the Salvation Army wants to hook you up with free stickers for the outside of your envelope. They're hoping that you find enough value and that saves you time and does you a big enough favor to where you'll donate $5 or $10 to them to where it'll help them out to where they can continue to save stamps or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the hell the Salvation Army does like with those things, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's the law of reciprocity. Hey, if we show some value for you, the least you can do is give us a few. Like a lot of my internet marketing buddies, they'll send out a letter. I'm trying to find I don't have any on me. They'll send out an envelope with the dollar attached to it, right? Or a dollar taped to the back, or a letter with a dollar on it, or something like that to get people to open it up. And they think, hey, if I gave you $1, least you can do is open this, right? There's a law of reciprocity to it. So, which brings me to my point today. Okay, so I'm gonna lead by the way, right? I'm gonna just do this exactly like I've taught you guys in the last however long it's been. How long have we been on here? It does not say, but we've been on here for a minute. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead by example, because a lot of sales trainers out there and a lot of teachers and marketers and coaches, consultants, whatever the hell you want to fucking lump us into, right? A lot of them say, hey, you should do this, and then they don't do it. A lot of them say, well, you should go out there and you should do this, and here's how things go, and you make sales this way, and then they don't even do that, right? They don't, right? They do whatever the hell it is that the opposite of what they're saying, right? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 25 minutes. Damn, time flies. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you leadership skills, first of all. You dig what I'm saying, right? Leadership skills, but more importantly, I'm going to show you this permission-based sales process, and I'm going to lead the way by giving you some value. You see how that works, right? So I know that if I give you a book and you actually read this book, if you get this book in your hands and you actually read this book and do what it says, it is impossible. I repeat myself. If you get this book in your hands and you read it and you actually do what it says, it is impossible not to make money. Right? It is impossible not to make money. This is a step-by-step blueprint for how to make some sales and how to get your shit together and how to go out in the marketplace and slay it and make some money, right? In 3 chapters, right? The first chapter is shit that should be, or the first segment is shit that should be my excuse. Second segment is shit why I didn't use it as an excuse. And the third segment is how I kicked ass on the internet and continue. This book right here, this Bulletproof Business book, which by the way, if you don't win one tonight, just know that you can go on Amazon.com. Y'all ever heard of that shit? Big ass bookstore. They got everything you need, Prime and all that shit. You can go in there. These are really cheap, man. I'm not trying to make a fortune off books. I'm trying to get them in the hands of people like you. It's not about these book sales. Like, I could give a shit, man. I sell thousands of books every single month, and I'm not making but a few $100 on a monthly basis from them, because here's the deal. I want to invest in getting these books in your hand. I'm not in the book selling business. I sell digital products that are e-learning products to sales and marketing professionals. I just write books so I can deliver value to get them inside you guys' hands to where you can actually extract value from it. This Bulletproof Business book will change your life. It shows you how I built an entrepreneurial business which nobody can tell me shit other than the IRS. I got no governing body. I got no licensing. I don't have anything other than the LLC, and as long as I pay my taxes and shit, can't nobody tell me shit. You say, oh, well, I work for a corporation. Fuck, fuckity, fuck, fucking shit, fuck. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I love it, right? And so I'm going to teach you how I built this shit and how you can build that shit as well. So here's what I got for you. Right? This is what we got to do. See, this is like the competition part, right? And I'm competitive as hell. So first of all, I need you to go down in the comments, and I'm going to read these tonight. And this is how you'll know if you won or not. I'm going to read these tonight, and you need to go down in the comments and tell me why I should send you the book, right? And I'm not talking about begging me for a book, because that's not, we're not fucking bunch of pussies watching this video here. It's like, hey man, I'd like to read your book because I'm going to extract the knowledge, make money for myself, take care of my family, and then I'm going to pass it along to my coworkers so that they can copy the process. Whatever it is that's your reason that you deserve one of these books, because listen, I'm putting this shit in the mail tonight. It'll go out tomorrow, so you'll get these books, one of these 2 books. You don't get a choice. You just get whichever one I feel like sending you. 9 of you are going to get these books, right, this week. They're autographed, every single one of them, whether you get a kick-ass book, which this is called Kick-Ass, take names, email address, and phone numbers. This one's autographed too, right? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, right? So I got 9 books, and I got 9 envelopes to match that are going to go out tonight. Well, really tomorrow, right? So what I'm going to do is I need you to tell me why I should send you one of these books tonight. Share this video, because first of all, permission-based marketing, permission-based sales is badass, right? And by all means, go buy the product. If you buy the product, then you're guaranteed to get a book tonight, right? You can go to permissionbasedsales.com and buy the book or buy the product, and I'll ship you an autographed book tonight as well. Obviously, if the first 9 people do that, then we'll cover it up. The rest of you that don't buy the product, write down in there in the comments why I should send it to you. And here's how you'll know. Be paying attention within the next hour or two, because I'm going to reply to your comment. Me, the hardcore closer, is going to reply to your comment, just so you know who it is, with an actual link to a survey so you can fill it out, give your name, email address, phone number, and a place to mail this book. You know what that's called? That's called the offer, the first step of permission, right? The offer is get my book, learn how to conquer and kick ass in business for absolutely free. All I want in exchange, your name, email address, phone number, and mailing address. And then what I'm going to do with your mailing address, obviously, is when I get the form in, the first 9, I'm going to pick 9 of you. Those 9 that we get in, I'm going to send the books out to you. And then guess what? Somebody on my team is going to follow up with you in a couple of days and make sure you got the book. And then we're going to offer you some other stuff. And you're going to get to experience firsthand the entire permission-based sales formula, right? But here's the thing. I ask you this. If you're truly not interested, you're just going to be a kangaroo and you're not going to buy any of our shit. You have no intention of talking to no salesperson. You don't want to go through no permission. You just want some free shit because you like Oscar the Grouch looking for somebody to throw some shit your way. Let's just don't even do that, right? I'm looking for people who actually want to make a difference, who, allow me to invest in you, and in exchange that law of reciprocity builds so you can invest in yourself. We both help each other out, right? And I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and lead the way first, right? A lot of salespeople tell you how to do something, but then they don't follow their own advice. And this is me showing you, because now that I've taught you this, you see me doing it all day with blog posts, with quizzes, with giveaways, with ebooks, with videos. Like, I lead by example. I didn't just come up with this 5 minutes ago here to say this. This is my selling process that we are going to make $3 million and some change this year from following it to a T. And I want you to put it in work in your business, because it helps you stand out. It helps you become authority. It helps you close more sales. The people fucking love you. Our clients love us. Do you realize, for a guy that says fuck every other word and does as much business as I have, there's 0 complaints about me on the internet? It's not because we have some kind of great software that sweeps them off there. It's we don't fuck clients over. We treat them like gold, right? We treat them like gold. Great opportunities for long-term dividends. That's what gold is. You treat clients like gold because there's great opportunities for long-term dividends, folks. And so anyway, there's a reason why all that exists, and it's because we give really good stuff out there. And I want to start with sending that stuff out to you guys this week so you can experience the whole firsthand of what we're doing over here, and we can get you escalated on what we call the elevator to the top, which means start with a book and buy one of our programs, work your way up. And we've got guys that started off getting a $5 book that now make millions of dollars a year using our system. It's unreal, the lives that we've changed, and I'd like for you to be one of the next ones. The elevator to the top is obviously the elevator to the top. Top stands for total optimum profit. We're all about acronyms over here at the Hardcore Closer, right? We love that kind of shit. Makes it easy to learn, makes it easy to communicate. And here's the last thing, ladies and gentlemen, because I just got a page that I got to get out of. Did I say page? Is this 1995? See, I've been reading these old books today. I just got a text that I got to get out of here and get to the next spot. So here's the thing. Leave the message down there. When I come back from where I'm going, I'm going to check everything, and I'll be sending the forms out for you guys to fill out, because I'm giving away 9 books tonight, baby. And I appreciate you hanging out. Make sure you share this with your sales force, and I guarantee if you show your customers this, they're going to say, dude, I wish people followed up with us like this. I wish people tried to sell us in this way. We'd be more apt to buy. Because here's the thing I'll leave you with. People don't like being sold. They like to make a buying decision. Later, everybody.